Last week, I asked whether or not you think there's a conflict between science and religion. And your answers varied. A lot of you said that yes, there is a conflict between science and religion. But some of you said, no, there is no conflict. So what's the deal here? Can someone believe both what the Bible and our faith teaches, while also believing what science teaches? Or do we have to choose? Doesn't science teach that the universe began with the Big Bang and life on our planet evolved over millions of years, while the Bible teaches that God created everything in 6 days? To answer these questions, we first need to understand some important things about the Bible. The Bible is not one book. It's a collection of books. When you open the Bible, you are walking into a library. And libraries have sections for different genres: history, biography, fiction, poetry, thrillers, romance, and so on. The Bible is the same way. Different parts of the Bible were written at different points in history, and there are many different genres of writing in the Bible. The Bible is not a science textbook. It's not interested in addressing the types of questions that the sciences ask. The Bible seeks to communicate the truth about who God is and who we are in relationship to God. And it uses many different genres to teach us. Some of the writings are histories, but others are poetry, stories, letters. So what's going on at the beginning of the book of Genesis when the Bible describes the creation of the universe? In these chapters, the author is working within the cosmological framework of the people of his time to communicate the truth that God created all that exists and that all God created is good. God meets us where we are. And the Bible explains these truths in a way that the original audience would have understood. God didn't wait for us to develop a scientific understanding of the world in order to communicate the truths that God wished us to know. God didn't say, first you have to know that the earth is round and actually orbits around the sun, and the universe is expanding, and there are these things called atoms. God met us where we were in a way that we could understand. These first chapters of Genesis are poetic and aren't meant to be read as literal history. They communicate the truth about who God is and how creation relates to God. But they aren't interested in exploring the scientific way that God created. It's not trying to tell us that God created all that exists in 6 literal 24-hour days. It presents the story as a framework that holds the truths it wanted to convey. So the Bible teaches us that God created, and science helps give us a glimpse into how God created. Catholics are free to believe in things like the Big Bang and evolution. God may have used these as ways of creating. That's not to say Catholics have to believe in evolution, but they are free to do so if they find the evidence compelling. Our faith is seeking to answer different questions than the questions the sciences offer. And because of that, the Church fully supports the sciences. As Christians, we shouldn't be afraid of the contribution that the sciences can make to human knowledge. And as scientific people, we shouldn't be afraid of the truths that our faith communicates about who we are and who God is. Science and religion are not in conflict because they're addressing different questions. God could have created through guiding the process of evolution over millions of years. The Bible isn't interested in addressing that type of question. The Bible is ultimately interested in addressing the questions that science can't answer. Why are we here? What is life all about? How should we treat one another? These are an entirely different category of questions. than those the sciences seek to answer. Now please read the material below and answer the reflection questions. Have a great week.